things are kind of discombobulated, like that first half, just to throw it into Alpe in the third quarter, besides the production, does that settle things down?
Yeah, he's a steadying force down there. But even in the first half, we knew they were going after him from the first play, in front of the post and brought someone on the baseline or just doubled him. And with him, at times, he gets a little anxious. You got to just be patient and bait it. And 3 times he swung it. Jay Sean hit a corner 3. Jay Sean drove and got Fred an opposite corner 3. And we got another good look out of it. So, he just has to be patient and not try to beat the double team. And if they don't come, he'll score. But it's always good to have that option instead of, ISO, pick and roll, off-ball actions. You can just go into him and generate good offense.
I was going to ask about that. A lot of talk lately about him as a low-post scorer. But to have him do that but also score in those other sets that you described, does that make it a lot harder to double him the way they wanted to?
Yeah, I think anytime you put a guy at the elbow or the nail, it's tougher to, space guys out properly. It's tough to double from there, especially a good passer with vision. He sees everything in front of him. So we like to move him around a lot, but at the same time, putting him on the block, like I said, he's so efficient down there and such a great passer. So he does both. But, if we just want to use him to get other shots, we can do that, but also space him to the spots that are advantages for him.
With the 9 turnovers in the second quarter, how much did you feel like you kind of kept them in the game or even gave them the lead, really?
Yeah, absolutely. That was the tail of the half. We had 12 at half and, to your point, 9 in the second quarter. They had 14 points off those 12 in the first half and 9 fast break points. And so we looked at that and said, they scored 50 only. And if we take care of that, they're in the low 30s. And so did a much better job, obviously. Only 3 turnovers in the second half, 2 fast break points, and only 3 points off those turnovers. So that was what really got us back in the game. We were shooting at a great percentage. So the message at halftime was take care of the ball, get shots up, and we're in good position.
What do you think of the rookies making the most of their minutes tonight?
I thought they were great. I think both prepared. Like I said, Amen has been getting more minutes, so he's more comfortable. You can see that and find the right lineups for him, where he's doing what he does best. But Cam has been prepared as well, and so I think you can see the benefit of him getting the reps in the games he played in. He looks sharp in shape, and like I said, even in the blowout minutes that he's been playing, you can see everything start to slow down for him. So shot selection is great, and he's making quick decisions. And then defensively, everybody makes a few mistakes, but overall he's grasping the concepts better, and his awareness is much better.
Cam took that first shot in rhythm pretty right away. Did you kind of talk to him before game about pulling the trigger, or is that kind of in his nature, being ready to go?
It's in his nature, but what we have talked about a lot was shot selection, starting from training camp. And as much as we want to, get certain guys shots, we don't love the ball stoppers. And so he's making quick, what we call, quick 0.5 decisions, where he either drives it, shoots it, or passes it quickly. And so he's grasped that. I think he got some good work in the games he played in Rio Grande, and you can see it carry over.
Like having him as that weapon in semi-transition, especially, that's kind of how that first 3 seemed to come along.
Yeah, anywhere though. I mean, our guys, we understood transition was an advantage for us tonight, and him in the half-court transition, he's always going to be aggressive, and so not just him, but other guys got a ton of great looks, and that was our message, to get the stops and get out and run as much as we could, and that was evident in the second half.
It's the second night in a row you guys basically won the game due to your play in the third quarter. What's been the key behind the explosion you guys are experiencing right now?
Some adjustments and words of encouragement at halftime. We've been a little sloppy the last 2 halves, and to your point about being up 4, it didn't feel great last game against Detroit, and then we blew it open. And then tonight being down 1, you don't go in there flipping over tables, but you let them know what it is, and the simple things that we did in the third quarter to get us back in the game. So obviously we're not happy to be down 1 or up 4, and those teams might be content being up 1 or down 4 that we were playing against. But for us, it's continue to carry over from what we're doing in the second half, and we need to get better starts, obviously, going against Minnesota next game.
To the point you made about Alperen earlier, do you feel like just going faster or going earlier in the offense helped them as well, kind of get to rhythm in the third quarter?
Alperen specifically? Yeah. I mean, we mix it up and go to them. Like I said, we know after the first play that they're coming after him all night. And so for him, it's just to be patient. And, when they do stun at him, he can make his move. But also not trying to beat the double team, just bait it and, get everybody else shots. And then it'll open up things for him. And so first half he did it. He had 1 turnover that, he tried to spin away from the double. But for him, it's reading it. And that's going to be the progression and growth in his game when they do come double, or when they're, kind of stunting, he can go to work there.
There was a sequence in the second half where Cam made a defensive play, but he got hit in the back of the head, and he was down on the court for a second as the play went on. And it was a missed shot. They came back down. He was able to get back up, and even though he, caused the foul, he still made an attempt to stop the fast break. Is that what you wanted to see from him as far as when you all are talking about those type of plays? You know he can score, but that's the type of hustle plays and the defense you want to see from him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think use his talent, his athleticism, his size and strength, and he can make those type of plays. It's just like I said, awareness and alertness there. All these young guys are just coming in, and a lot to learn initially, but you can see the growth and the progress over these months. And so, everybody has a different path where they might not be ready from day one, but with the right mindset and work at it and film work and all those things, you can see the growth already in a few months. And so, it's a long season. We're 30 games in, and the message to guys is to continue to grow, be patient, but those things don't always happen day one. And 2 months in, he's worked at it. You've seen the growth, and so you can apply it to the game. But that and being young and quick recovery from a hit in the head, those are good things.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.